Okay, so I'm gonna put out some colors. So there's some blue. Okay, so to do, so this is gouache. Now we're going to try and do, so I take some of my gouache color. It's not totally thinned out yet, and I gotta do that. So see, I add more water, but it's a little thick. So I gotta add a little more water. Now the body's thinned out, but not, needs a little more. This is good. Watercolor bead. You have to work fast. Laying down that blue. Now it's wet, so the next thing, I gotta clean this off. It's good to have another brush, but I don't have that. Okay, so I gotta take this white and I gotta thin it out really well. See, it's still a little opaque. And I drop it in there. Okay, it needs a little more body. Okay, so then a little more body it needs. Okay. Push that around. Okay, so sweat into wet technique. This is a little expressive and big. Okay, so let's look at if I add. I'm using the tip as I do it. So here, let's try again. See, I don't normally work this way with gouache, but you can, it just takes practice. So you want clean water first of all, but I'm trying to show. So I'm going to take that blue mixture, thin it out, right? We're making it semi-opaque. So I put it down. There's the watercolor bead. Put that down. You want to work quickly. Okay, so now, wish I had another brush, but I don't. Put in that white. And I would use a smaller brush. See, I have only like a big brush right now, and that's a little thick. Oh, see, that's better. Okay, like that. Yeah, so a light touch. See, this was too thick, and see, it's blossoming. This had a little more control than that, but I like the wash in here a little bit better. But see, you want to get it at the wet into wet technique, and you want like a light pressure, and you want different size brushes, and you want to make sure your gouache paint is thinned out like watercolor, and you have to do a wet into wet techniques because you saw, right? The first step was thinning out the gouache to be like watercolor, laying down that bead. So now here. And then taking that color, dropping it in the white. There's a little bit, that's not bad. See, I don't work this way, but I understand it and I understand how it's made. I need a smaller brush. And clouds aren't made only one way. I mean, that's kind of silly, but there. So you have to have a light touch. You have to have different size brushes. You have to prepare your paint in advance, the consistency and the colors you want before you drop it down. And then that watercolor bead. But, so I don't have the right size brush. This is a little too big for the clouds, I think. But to lay down the blue, I don't think it's bad. But I think going back in with the clouds, like a small round would be better. I think this was helpful. All right. Thank you.